make this video to show you how I meal plan and how it helps me not only with my mental space and not giving too much time and energy to thinking about what's for dinner, but it also definitely saves me money, and it also saves me time, and it saves with food waste as well. So lots of good reasons to meal plan. When I do it, everything seems to just run smoother, and it's just quite nice to know what's for dinner for the next few days or week, if you can go that far. So my name is Natalie. I'm whole food, plant-based vegan, currently following the Starch Solution lifestyle, which is an oil-free way to eat whole food, plant-based, and using minimally processed foods. So really trying to eat quite naturally and eat for your nutrition and satiety, not worrying about calories, not worrying about portion control, and really just eating to feel good. Really eating to feel good and feel healthy. So another good reason to meal plan is it keeps you on track. It really does, in my experience. So if you're someone that is trying to follow a particular lifestyle or move over to eating whole food, plant-based, move over to the Starch Solution, then having a plan is really going to help you out. It really takes away that kind of brain power that you have to spend thinking about what you're going to have today, tomorrow, the next day, making sure you've got the right ingredients in the house and just knowing what's going on in your life. So I really recommend planning, especially if you're kind of new to a lifestyle and you want to kind of get on track and make sure that you are doing it the way you want to do it, hitting those goals and getting there. So for me, the first thing that I do is I write a little inventory checklist. So like I said, I've made some documents here, which are in the pinned comments below and the description, if there's something that you think might help you. But the inventory checklist, you can use this in one of two ways. So you can either write down all of the foods that you already have, so that when you do go shopping, you don't actually buy something you've already got at home, which again is quite annoying to do, and we've all done that many times. So go through your cupboards, your fridge, your freezer, write down anything that you already have, or you could use this by keeping a running list of things that you run out of, and you just write them down on there. So you can use this in two different ways. So I use my inventory list for that, writing down the foods that I've already got. You can use those base foods that you've already got in the cupboard or the fridge and freezer, and you can think about using those as the base or as some of the ingredients for the meals that you are going to now plan out for your week ahead. So that's when I make my weekly meal planner. So again, this is part of the pack that I have created, and this here has got Monday through Sunday, I guess it would be Sunday through Saturday for lots of parts of the world. But on here, you've got your space to write your lunches and your dinners. I don't write down my breakfast because I find breakfast is kind of quite samey for me. And I've always kind of got the things in the house that I need for breakfast, or I certainly know what to buy for my breakfast foods. Let's put it like that. When it comes to lunches and dinners, I might be in need of ingredients, right? And I might be in need of certain things that I want to get written down. Each space here has also got a little checkbox for, is this a 50-50 meal? And what that refers to, again, is the Starch Solution, and aiming to have 50% of your plate as a non-starchy vegetable and 50% of your meal as a starchy vegetable. So there's a little checklist on each one just to remind you that that's what you're aiming for. So on here, I write down all of my meals using my inventory list as a base. If I know I've got loads and loads of rice, I've got loads of maybe cabbage and carrots already in my fridge, then I will try to be using those ingredients in those first few days of my meal plan, just to get them used up and make sure that there's not too much food waste. So if you're anything like me, to sit down and actually write a whole meal plan, you might be at a bit of a loss. You might think, looking at a blank piece of paper, how on earth am I going to come up with 14 different meals? So I've also created this as a kind of little prompt and a little helpful guide. And this is a list of non-starchy vegetables and all of the different starches. It also has your fruits, liquids, sauces, condiments, herbs and spices and things like that. The ones that are kind of the most commonly used on the Starch Solution. So having this in front of you is a reminder about the 50-50 plate, and also gives you some ideas of things that you can use as the basis of your meals, and they will help you to kind of think about some recipes as well. So I've got that in front of me, I've got my inventory in front of me, I've got my weekly meal planner. As you can see at the moment, this is all paper, obviously, because I'm doing this on a desk, and I've laminated this so that I could use this over and over again. If you're interested in getting this pack for yourself, you can have the printable version, which I've also made in black and white so that you don't have to print all of this colour. Or you can even have this as an editable online version as well, with loads of digital downloads all over the internet. They're absolutely brilliant if you don't mind printing, if you've got a printer, and if you like to write things out by hand. If, on the other hand, you would prefer to just do this on your computer or your tablet, then I've made all of this pack very editable online as well. So you don't even need to print if you don't want to. So once you've got your meal plan sorted and you kind of know what you're going to eat throughout the week, then it's time to write the grocery list, because now you know what you've got on your inventory list, you know what you're going to eat for the week ahead. So now you can write out your grocery list. It's so easy now to see exactly what you'll need. And when you go to the shop later on, you know exactly what to get, what to leave out of the cart, because you already have it at home, and it just really does save you time, money and effort. So if you would like to get yourself a copy of this meal planner pack, it's a 6-page pack. It's beautiful and lovely if you want to print it. You can also print it in black and white or have it online and edit it on your computer or tablet. It's just a couple of pounds or dollars just to cover the cost of making it. And it's really simple to get. You just click that link down below and see if it's going to be something that helps to keep you on track as well. Okay, so now you have your grocery list and it's time to not forget it at home. Take it with you to the shop and go and buy your groceries. Again, if you've got this on your phone, because you've done it online, this is going to be easy. You're not going to forget it. Try to stick to your list, especially if you're trying to do this on a budget and you're trying to make sure that your home is only full of whole food, plant-based foods. Stick to your list. You know that this has got everything covered. So let's go to the store. So I live in the UK and I would love to shop at Sainsbury's. It's my favourite grocery store by far over here. However, the two Sainsbury's that are the closest to me are not that close, and to get to either one of them I would have to drive past various other supermarkets to get there, so it doesn't make any sense and I don't want to do that. So I end up shopping at Tesco's and Aldi's a lot, but where I actually live I can see a Waitrose literally from my window. I can see the roof right now through the window. It's that close. I can be there in less than 2 minutes. So I do end up in Waitrose quite a lot just because it is so convenient to me. What about you? Where do you live? Do you need to drive quite far to go shopping, or is it down the road? Do you end up driving past one store to get to another one because that's the one you prefer? Let me know in the comments below how it works out for you. Or do you shop online? Because I have tried that recently actually. Tried to do the Tesco's grocery online shopping, but there's been quite a few glitches with my orders so far, so I've not been that impressed actually. Somebody else once told me to be aware in the supermarket that everything that is at eye level and that is easy to grab are probably the premium products, and certainly the products that are being pushed to you. Maybe those brands have paid for that product placement on the shelf. So be aware of that and, look above, look below, go down to the bottom shelf and see if there's something that is just the same that may be a cheaper price for you. Okay, so when I get back home, obviously with my shopping, I'm going to put everything away. I'll be a bit sad about the amount of plastic that's being used. But so far, it's not been sorted out in our supermarkets. Hopefully that will change. So into the fridge and the freezer and the cupboards, everything goes. And this is when I might think about what food prep or ingredient prep can I do for the week. Now, I am a huge fan of doing this, and it's very easy to do when you have a meal plan. Not so easy to do if you have no idea what you're going to be eating for the week. But if you know how much rice, how many potatoes, how many vegetables, maybe some beans that you are going to use throughout the week, it's really, really easy now to maybe prep those in advance and save yourself more effort, more time, and more brain space. I'm a huge fan of doing this. I've been doing this for months and months and months. So I will just look at my plan now and I can say, right, I'm going to cook 12 jacket potatoes because I know that these are going to get eaten by my family in the next 3 or 4 days. And they keep in the fridge so well. Same with rice. If you know you're going to have rice for the next 3 evenings perhaps, then cook enough for the 3 days. Cook it in one go. It just saves you so much time later on. And these things keep in the fridge brilliantly. So with rice and beans and lentils and so on, I would cover them in the fridge. But things like potatoes, just leave them open in your fridge because then they won't go so soggy and wet and mushy. Same with cauliflower. I'll even batch cook cauliflower because I like it really nicely roasted. And that might take 30 to 40 minutes. So I don't want to do that 4 times a week. So I might just do 3 whole cauliflowers in one go. Yes, it's a bit smelly, but then I will just have them in my fridge and I just leave them open so they don't go all soggy in the fridge. So that's another tip there. So I know in lots of my videos, I show myself cooking with cans of beans and lentils, which I do because it's super easy, very convenient to buy it that way. And also when it comes to recipes and showing others what's available to them to make, I feel that putting cans into recipes is just the easiest way to demonstrate things. But in actual fact, I cook a lot of my lentils and legumes, my beans and pulses, whatever you want to call them. I cook them from dry, and this is a huge money saver. Now, a few years ago, I would have been quite scared to cook these things because I'd never done it before. It felt like a bit of a mystery as to how you do it and make it taste nice. And I never did it. I just buy everything pre-cooked in a tin or a can. And there are loads of advantages to buying your cans and beans and lentils dry. The price, the fact that it's more natural, you know, they haven't been stored in a metal can. A lot of people want to avoid, so you can by having them dry, you know, it's completely natural. And it isn't difficult. It might seem a bit of a mystery if you've never ever done it, but I promise you it's really, really easy. And if you'd like me to make a video about cooking beans, lentils and pulses easily at home, on the stove or in the pressure cooker, again, please leave me a comment below because I can easily make a video about that too. So that's it for today. I hope this has in some way helped you and made you realise how meal prepping can help you, and I will see you guys next week.